think we're on.
Oh, hi. Hello,
The Twitch
everybody.
stream's a little bit laggy, but go ahead, intro.
So, hello, my name is Supersonic. I am a retro speedrunner, and we are bringing you the speedrun Saturday cartoon speedrun block. I had the words mixed up a little bit there. I have MC joining me for commentary and a donation reading. And we're going to be kicking it off with Animaniacs first on the Sega Genesis. And then during this time, I do have a bid war for Chip and Dale 2, which I will be running right after this. You can pick my character, whether it's Chip or Dale. I personally prefer Dale, so please pick Dale. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started on this run here. So we have our difficulty set to easy. It is probably the fastest category to do. And I'll do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
But why can't people vote for Chip? I mean, chips are great. Chips are one of my favorite snacks.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty good, but I like Dale. Dale is cool. But I mean, it's whatever the chat wants. I'll be happy to play as either character. And it is for a great cause as well.
Absolutely. So tell us about this game and this run. What inspired you to run it? All of those things need answers.
Alright, so Animaniacs, there is actually another version of this game on the Super Nintendo, which is completely different. But I grew up with the Sega Genesis, so I played this game as a kid a long time ago. And this game doesn't have any glitches whatsoever. It's pretty much like a typical platformer with movement and execution. Then you gotta switch your characters, which is what I'm doing right now. So you have your three characters, which is the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister. Yakko has the ability to push and pull blocks, and he has a paddle ball in which it can stun enemies. Wacko here has the hammer, in which he can either break objects, or he can also light up cannons or light things on fire. And then we have Dot. She pretty much just blows kisses at the male NPCs to immobilize them. So kind of like your typical cartoon show.
Do you have a favorite Animaniac, of the three Warner Brothers and sisters? Who is your favorite?
100% Wacko. I love Wacko.
Yeah, good choice.
I feel like I mesh really well with Wacko sometimes, like with his personality. And he loves food, and I love food too. So it's like a perfect match, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think I took a little too much damage there. I tried to go for a damage boost to get on that platform, but I accidentally took a bit too much damage, because I think what happened in the previous screen where I was on the boat, even though I did a screen transition, it still deals damage to you, like if you're in the frame of the water, because you're dealing damage like 1 per frame. So that's okay, it's no biggie. We'll just get through this part, no problem. Like, this stage in general is all auto-scrollers. As far as what made me want to learn this run,
yeah,
I actually learned it for a 12-hour challenge one time. And I needed something new, since I'm pretty much known for doing like Sonic and Mario speedrunning. So I figured, what if I try something else that's obscure and maybe people haven't really seen before, and so on and so forth. So I went with Animaniacs, which is a game that I grew up with. This game came out in 1994. This is pretty much during the heyday of Animaniacs at the time, like with all the 90s cartoons that are really popular. And this game does stay pretty true to the cartoon as well. You will see various characters from the show, like the president of Warner Brothers, and you got Dr. Scratch and Sniff, and Ralph, the security guard. And I'm pretty sure, and then I'm pretty sure a lot of people's favorites, the nurse. Yeah, there's gonna be like a lot of nostalgia, like when you see the characters around.
And there's a lot of really nice details. I just been watching, and I love just like the walk cycles and stuff. Like there's a lot of charm put in the game, which a lot of licensed games at the time didn't have.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Staying on with it is always good.
Yeah, and this game was actually made by Konami, since they were pretty synonymous for working on a lot of the Warner Brothers games, like Tiny Toons and Looney Tunes and such. So they also had their hand in Animaniacs here. So thought that was pretty neat. And now we got Rob, the security guard, who's our first boss. You just pretty much stun lock him on the seesaw with the rock, and you just have to hit him 7 times, and then he'll just fall through. And then you pick up your first movie artifact, which is the Indiana Jones hat. So the basic story of this game is these artifacts that we're collecting right now. We got to go through each studio to collect them, and they were stolen from us, in which we originally stole first. So we're trying to get them back. So now we're going into the Space War stage, which I feel like is the Star Wars or Star Trek level. The previous level was like Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park style. So you'll see like
our sci-fi.
Yeah, like you'll see a lot of movie references in this game.
Which one thing I liked about the original, I was with the original show, but I guess just saying the show works in the year 2022 with more Animaniacs came out, but we actually have, all those small references in the show and stuff.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even seen the reboot yet, mainly because I don't have the app that it's on. Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I have, what is it on? It's not on Hulu, is it? Something?
That's a very good question. I don't even know.
I was like, it's Warner Brothers, but I was like, I don't know what Warner Brothers is. I don't know the Warner Brothers app.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, so we're gonna have a little bit of an auto-scroller here. Well, even though we're not gonna be moving, actually. We're just gonna be sitting here and let this run out. And usually this would be a pretty good opportunity to pick up any health in those treasure chests that are up there floating. But since we have Yakko on our side, we can just stun lock Rolf here with the paddle ball.
He's moving.
Yeah, he's moving.
And a reminder to everybody at home, please make sure you consider making a donation to Gamers Outreach. You can do so at donate.zeldathon.com. And in your donation, indicate whether you'd like Supersonic to play as Chip or Dale during the next game. We currently have no winner, so that results in Sonic playing as neither character, and we watch the title screen for the entire segment, which nobody wants. So please choose Chip or Dale at least once.
Yeah, I don't know how it would fare with just a non-existent character. I mean, I guess it would probably make sense. It could be a ghost. But... anyways, we got this little Donkey Kong style stage here. And then there's a lot of puzzle-based stuff in this game as well. You would have to switch between the characters to either like push things over or break things open. Mostly with Yakko and Wacko. Dot doesn't really have much of a use. And since Yakko's like the tallest character, so by default he's able to push and pull things, according to the game at least. And then
this is the type of game that would work really well, like in it, like there's been a kind of a resurgence of indie platformers,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this type of game would work pretty well in the modern age, with like 3 different characters, 3 different abilities.
Yeah, we just passed by the nurse, by the way. Hello,
was she
nurse. Yeah, I don't think we see her again in this run, but that's like one of her mini cameos. Alright, so more puzzle-based stuff we gotta do here. Gotta be careful I don't fall off. I keep switching to the wrong character sometimes. This character switching is set. It'll switch from Yakko to Wacko to Dot, and then back to Yakko. Like, there's no way to switch to a different character, like from Yakko to Wacko, or I mean, Yakko to Dot, or Dot to Wacko, or so on and so forth. Like, the many different combinations you can do. And now,
and there's an AT-AT.
Yeah, we got Star Wars stuff here. And for some reason, there's actually ice cream here in a very hot place. I'm not sure how it's not melting, but I like to call it Konami logic, I suppose. There we go. Now we got to deal with Ralph again. We're going to be seeing Ralph quite a bit here. He's our main antagonist of this video game. So this is a stage that's reminiscent to Donkey Kong Jr. on the Nintendo. This is like stage 3 of that game. So we just got to climb up, go all the way to the top, and then when we see Ralph, we can just stun him with the Echo. There he is, so we're just going to stun him. And then he's going to appear up there. And then we can also break these lights with the paddle ball and get Ralph as well. Grab our helmet and we're done with the stage.
There we go. How many stages are in this game, out of curiosity?
There's 5 stages. There's 4 on the stage select screen, and then there's 5, which I like to consider the Wily stage. So like reference to Mega Man. And then after that, there will be a 2-minute unskippable cutscene, which I will not spoil what's going to happen. And we will have our final fight, and that is a 2-phase fight as well. So if everything goes well, we should be able to finish this game in under 30 minutes. And
honestly, these type of games are some of my favorite. The ones where they're not very, like, they're not super glitch heavy.
Yeah.
That they are just a lot of execution, which I assume that's something that you kind of prefer. Like, obviously, there's, you know, stuff in Sonic, you know, so some zooming across the stage.
Yeah.
But for the most part, is that kind of your preferred, or?
I personally like doing glitched runs a lot more, but for particular games where they don't have any glitches, or if glitchless is like a better category, then I would definitely play those. But ultimately, I love doing glitch runs, especially with Sonic 3 & Knuckles, which is my favorite game of all time and my favorite speedrun of all time. So I always love showcasing that game the most. But
I got to see you play that at Speedrun Coliseum, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, that was a really fun time, being able to switch controllers like during the run, and because I was using a hitbox style controller. But for this run, I'm not using a hitbox, but I mainly use that for Sonic runs. But this game in particular does hold a special place in my heart, since I grew up with it and I really love Animaniacs, like the animated show. Like the dialogue, the animation, just everything about that show was so spot on and really funny. So we got the Yoku Blocks section here. I like to, there's like so many different video game references as well as like movie references.
Capcom snuck in for a day in the development studio.
I think they did, yeah.
We actually have a lot of donations. Is there a good time to read them?
You can read them now.
All right. We had Darth Plague with $5. Dino with $5 saying, "Play Chip. Dale is lame."
Oh.
That's fighting words already. Opaque Amanita says, "1 vote for Chip, please." All right. So that's a $3 donation. So that puts Chip up to $8. But Steenis comes in with some very fun, some fun facts. So based on their Dutch names, Chip and Dale would translate back into English as Nibble and Chat. Since this charity event is being streamed on Twitch with a chat alongside it, Chat, aka Dale, is the right choice. So you're behind by $3, Chat/Dale, but thank you for the donations.
That's brilliant. Okay, this section is actually really dumb. We have to... It's like a pie war between Ralph and us. And this pie launcher here, it is... I feel like it's the most RNG item out there. Because no matter where we launch it, depending on which direction we even slam this thing, like it'll just go to a different direction, or Ralph will just not behave at all. And we have to hit Ralph 5 times in this phase. I think I already hit him like once or twice already. So I'm trying to get the 3rd one here. There we go.
This reminds me of Donkey Kong Country 3 with the snowman boss.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. And I did play Donkey Kong Country 3 before, and yeah, it's a game.
It's definitely a game in the Donkey Kong Country series, and I think it's a good game. It's just, it has a lot to live up to, and I don't know if it did.
Yeah, I would highly prefer DKC 2 a lot more. That's probably my favorite one of the series. I don't know how to speedrun it though. Maybe someday I'll learn it.
That does seem like your type of game.
It does actually, yeah. One of my friends who actually taught me some things in Sonic 1, 2chan, she runs DKC2, and I would normally watch her run the game as well as Void. They're like the top tier runners of DKC in general. So when I was watching them one day, I was like, hey, this looks really fun, but I just never got around it because I was so like immersed in running like Mario and Sonic mostly. Also, this section here, this is automated, so I'm just trying to keep the train to the right side.
There's no special technique to it, just hit.
Yeah, unfortunately I died there because my health was really low.
Keep going on.
So what you're supposed to do is, during that automated section, you need to keep the train to the right side. And Ralph will eventually jump towards it without being close to the train, so we need to keep this all the way to the right. And that lid up top is complete RNG, like there's no way to manipulate it or anything like that. So we just have to hope and pray we're able to put the coal in the chute there. Sometimes Ralph will jump if the train is near. We can also push him off with the mallet. So just do something like that. But what we want to see here is Ralph will jump like and completely miss this train. While this train is locked on the right side. Aw, dang. This is not going very well. This boss fight's really annoying. If you want to call it a boss fight.
His sprite is 2 times your size. That officially qualifies as boss by video game logic.
Exactly, yeah. I'm just like watching that lid, and sometimes that lid doesn't want to stay open. There we go. I just need to see Ralph try to attempt to jump. Not close to the train, though. Let's see here. Maybe getting close to it.
See you later, dude.
Okay, there we go. Now it's stuck, so I can just stand right here. And we see Ralph just... He's running.
He's shuffling.
And then he'll trip. And we get our artifact.
Fantastic. So out of curiosity, because we were just talking about the different games you play and how you're known for Sonic and Mario, but you've added more to your repertoire. And of course, you're also now a Zelda 2 speedrunner. And we've had you... have we been peer pressuring you into more Zelda here at Zeldathon at all? Or what else are you looking at right now?
Well, I'm actually going to be learning Link to the Past, the 80% no major glitches category. And yeah, I'm going to be starting that next week, I think. And then as far as other Zelda games go, I was interested in learning Twilight Princess. Since that is my favorite 3D Zelda game, yeah. Either Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask, one of those two.
You know, when you said, so Link to the Past, that one I could have guessed. But Twilight Princess, that one seems like outside the supersonic wheelhouse, which in a good way, which is what I'm excited for, especially if it's your favorite.
Yeah. Like I don't normally run 3D games. I mostly run 2D style games, but yeah, like Twilight Princess has been a game that I really enjoyed when it came out, and also that death was very weird. And yeah, just like enjoy the music. I enjoyed just everything about that game. I don't think I ever 100%ed it though, but I was close to it. And let's see what else. Majora's Mask. I know Ocarina of Time is like the more favorable and preferred like N64 Zelda game, but I actually liked Majora's Mask a lot more, mainly because like the dark storyline and it focused on Link mostly, like on his journey. And yeah, it just felt like a really interesting story, like trying to save the world in 3 days, or within 3 days' time. Although it could be tedious with having to play the Song of Time here and there just to reset time, but I honestly like the concept, and I thought it was like really interesting. And especially
Let's
having...
put it this way.
Yeah.
I would say the you know, you said Ocarina of Time might be like the safer choice. That may be true. However, the fans of Majora are absolutely more vocal and they're more passionate about their love of Majora, I think, overall.
Yeah. Like I do like Ocarina of Time as well. Although ironically, when I started playing Ocarina of Time like years ago, I actually beat Master Quest before the original. Mainly because
you had the GameCube disc?
Yeah, the GameCube one, and mainly because I was stuck in Water Temple in the original, and I couldn't find a key to go to Shadow Link's room. So,
I mean, Master Quest is way easier with the Water Temple than the original.
It is, yeah. Then when I saw like you can get the long shot really early, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually more doable now.
Oh, we're going down.
Yeah, we went down, and I lost all of my lives, but we're gonna continue here.
Is there a limited continue system in this game, or is it just?
I think it's unlimited. Yeah.
Okay. So the last level was Western themed. Which in this one is it? Is this our on-brand?
This is the on-brand level. Yes.
Excellent.
So we got the Grim Reaper here. Doesn't really deal any damage, but you can actually immobilize him with Dot's Kiss. Only for a short time, like, and then he'll just kind of shake out of it. So yeah, we got buttons here. We reunited him with Mindy. There's like various there's various instances where we would have like Buttons and Mindy together since they're scattered throughout all the stages. However, there isn't really a category for that yet. I'm actually thinking about making a category where you just reunite Mindy and Buttons together in each stage. Because like the only category for this game is it's basically the difficulties, like easy, normal, and hard.
Yeah.
So the differences between the categories. So with easy, you start with 5 lives. With normal, you have 3, and then hard, you have 1. And then enemies will deal more damage, like the higher difficulty you have. And they also take more damage, like mostly for the boss fights. And that's pretty much it. Like the game itself is pretty much the same across like all the difficulties. So. Oh yeah, here we have Pinky and the Brain with their French horn contraption here.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Zelda during this, but I was watching the French horn sucking unlimited bottles and plates off of the armoire.
Yeah, and this was in the cartoon as well. They actually had an episode where they used this thing. That's pretty much where I had mentioned in the towards the beginning of the run that it does stay true to the show for the most part. So this part here, I'm just pretty much pushing down these shapes out of order just to open this left door. And then we're going to put them back in their proper places to open the right one.
For everyone at home, again, a reminder that we're raising money for Gamers Outreach. It's a wonderful cause that gives different games, video game consoles to children's hospitals across the world. One thing they make very special is called the Go-Karts, Gamers Outreach Carts, which have, a system, the games, controllers available for these kids who are in the hospital. And what's very important about these Go-Karts that they build are they're made to be sanitized, easily able to be quickly cleaned and moved from room to room based on who and where it's needed, and make sure it's safe. It's a great cause. It's one we've always wanted to work with at Zeldathon. But we've never really had a great chance to make it work, and they said, hey, we're doing a Halloween event, and we're like, maybe we're doing a Halloween event, and we sure are, and it's going great. And yeah, just make sure you contribute at donate.zeldathon.com, and in your donation you can choose whether we play as Chip or Dale in Chip and Dale 2, the next game.
Yep. And that is also the game that I'll be running. And there is a level in there that is on brand too with our theme. So we will see that shortly. In the meantime, we're in the fight against Dracula here. And there's actually a manipulation we can do. So Dracula will always appear across from you. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to the top left corner to spawn him to the top right. And by doing this 7 times, we will get our next artifact. Easiest boss fight ever.
Man, Richter could take some lessons.
Right? There we go. Now I can just stand here. And we'll get our Jason mask.
What is an animaniac?
Yeah.
A miserable pile of frames.
Yeah. Alright, so we got 4 of the 5 that we need. This next one, so we're pretty familiar with the Oscars and the Emmys and all that stuff. So this is the Edgar, which is their equivalent of the award show. And this is by far the hardest stage in the game. So they're just gonna throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at you. On this first screen, we're just gonna be traversing upward once we hit this spot over here. I'm gonna be holding the jump button to get more height out of this. Otherwise, I wouldn't make it up here. And then on this section, we're just gonna intentionally take damage twice. Just so we can keep the elevator going. And then once we head in here, we're gonna launch Pinky and the Brain up to that generator. And they're gonna be doing a little bit of a dance, and I'm gonna listen for an audio cue. That's it. So even though it looked like I went through that electric thingy, it didn't hit me, so that's like the easier way to get through that. And that hitbox is actually deceptively small, even though it looks like it could pretty much get you in any direction.
It's more of a line rather than a area.
Exactly.
See, whenever I see someone, especially you, saying like, hold on, I gotta listen for an audio cue and get really close to the TV, I'm like, man, I wish I was faster with donations. There's such an opportunity there.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, we're just gonna do some platforming here, and there's like another set of characters that I didn't mention that was in the Western stage. We got Flavio and Marita, the dancing hippos. What are they doing at the top of an apartment building? I have no idea. I don't even know how they're even like remaining up there. Oh, also there's Slappy the squirrel. She's just chilling up there, enjoying the chaos.
Enjoying being a cameo appearance.
Yeah. Alright, now we got this section. This kind of reminds me of Sonic 1 in the way with the swinging ball and chain.
The background also is a little bit Sonic-esque.
It does, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna blow this up, but if we stand right in it, we're gonna... So we're just gonna stand away from that. Unleash that staircase, and we have a slightly auto-scroller section, but the left side is blowing up, and if we get caught in the fire there, we're instantly dead. We're gonna grab this safety apple here, just conveniently placed. Also, it's kind of funny with this one up here. It is possible to get it, but especially when you have a background that's blowing up, it's not even worth grabbing that. Then we got these exploding platforms. They'll just pretty much blow up like half a second after you land on it. And this screen here, we have a helicopter in the background, and they're going to shoot at the glass. And the shards of glass will deal 2 damage. So I haven't really discussed like how damage works in this game, or like where your health meter is. It's basically the expression on the top left. Like they'll be really happy in the beginning, and then their expression will slowly change, and that's how you can tell like what their health situation is. So now Wacko's just, you know, smiling normally.
As we walk through this hellscape of a city.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to break open one of those fire hydrants, and it does create a lot of lag. But this is the only instance we have to do that in order to push that block to create just a step for us to jump on. I'm gonna grab this chicken for safety. So now we see like another expression. And also these fireballs are also completely RNG. No way to manipulate them in any way. Okay, then we got Steven Spielberg. He makes an appearance in the game. And we grab a Edgar.
And does that bring us to the infamous 2-minute scene that you mentioned?
That is correct. And this is where we have Pinky and the Brain discussing their diabolical plan to take over the world.
The same thing we try to do every night, Pinky. I haven't listened to them in a while.
Hey, Pinky, what is the one thing that all people, regardless of age, nationality, and political orientation, love? I don't know, Brian.
Right?
Processed cheese food? No, you dimwit. The movies. We will control people's minds by cleverly manipulating the movies icons. That I'm reading this a lot faster than typing is actually coming up. What does that mean, Bray? And we will steal the Warner Brothers collection of movie memorabilia and use it to brainwash the people. I don't know how to do like Yakko, Wacko, and Dot's voices very well. But like, we're not rats, we're mice. Short rat. Actually, there's an interesting thing about this. If you manage to beat the game one time through and you play it over again, you can actually skip this cutscene, which saves 2 minutes.
Hero mode. It's hero mode.
Hero
that
mode.
exists in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can actually skip this. But for some reason, like when you play it one time through, the game just doesn't allow you to do that. But it is what it is, you know.
It is nice that they give you a full story. They decide, all right, it's time to give the story of the game right before the ending of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine that they brought it up here. Like, we're just gonna have the player go through each stage, you know, grab the artifacts, kind of get them acclimated with the game, and then all of a sudden, we're thrown with this plot twist here that, oh, Pinky and the Brain, they're like the main bad guys here, not Ralph. And now we are heading into the boss fight. So for this boss
time
fight
is almost up, by the way, for choosing Chip or Dale. So
yeah,
make your donations now.
Yep. So we have this contraption here. This is also in the cartoon, ironically. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start as Dot first. And then we're going to switch over to Yakko to push the bomb towards the boss. And then back to Wacko to blow it up. And we got to do that a few times. And once the second phase begins, the top half of the body is going to break apart. And it's going to go either left or right, depending on where my positioning is. Gonna do that. We got one more hit on this first phase. Alright, so now we got phase 2 coming up. That's gonna go all the way to the right. So now Pinky and the Brain are invulnerable while the legs are still operating on its own. But it has a mind of its own, so it can also hurt Pinky and the Brain by kicking them. I think we got like 1 or 2 more hits left. We do want to keep the legs close by to minimize the time of the legs walking. There we go. Now the lower half is just going to kick the top half. And we're going to see it blow up. Grab our artifacts here, and that is time.
Fantastic. Well done, well done.
32:45. Yeah, that wasn't quite what I really wanted, but that's alright though. Like, we got to show the game, which had some very unfortunate boss fights and whatnot, but the Animaniacs. Hope y'all enjoyed the run here. And then we have like this ending cutscene, which I won't take too much time of this since we gotta push over to the next game. So we can pretty much cut the donations for the character pick.
It does look like Chip is the winner of this incentive.
All right, we'll play as Chip. Consoles right now.
And as we do this console swap and game swap, just a reminder to everybody out there that we are SideQuest. We're raising money for Gamers Outreach here this weekend. We had a day 1 yesterday. This is day 2, and there's more tomorrow. So Be sure to make a contribution if you can. It all goes to a wonderful cause and helps drive the total up higher. And no matter what, just thank you for being part of what we're doing. It's always a fun time getting to do these events, even if it's like, okay, we could do the big Zeldathon stuff, but at the same time, we want more. And so having these side quest events is something really fun. And being able to do something on theme for Halloween is fantastic. But look, it's time for Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2.
Yep. And as the chat voted, we will be playing as Chip. And also time starts when I gain control of the character. And we'll see how far I can get in this game during the time that I have, because this is pretty much our D-Rust run right now. But anyway, let's get to Chip. And then 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I'm pretty sure a lot of folks may be familiar with Chippendale Rescue Rangers, like the cartoon show, and then they also have, I think there was a movie based on them just recently? I forget.
Is that Chippendale?
I think there was a movie with Chippendale in it. I don't remember. But... And then there's like the Chipmunks. I think the Chipmunks were called Chippendale, but they didn't look like this. But yeah, this is
Tell
pretty...
us about this game. What's this game all about?
So this game here, we either play as Chip or Dale, but sometimes we can play as both of them. So Fat Cat is on the rise again, trying to wreak havoc. And this is like a platformer on the NES. Which, yeah, it's kind of interesting that I played from a Genesis game and then we're back to an NES game, so we're kind of going backwards a little bit. But this game in particular, I don't think it's really well known. Oops, I didn't mean to pause there. But it's a pretty fun platformer. Just the only thing is like the boss fights can be a little annoying sometimes. So here's our first boss fight. We got this bunny rabbit here, and he's going to be using his vacuum contraption. And we got to hit him a few times with these boxes that drop down. And there's actually a way to get more damage if we kind of do a pause buffering here. You kind of see that the box is slowly glowing, and that'll deal double damage to it. It doesn't work on every boss per se, but if we get like a really good spot, then we can just kind of deal more damage. Also, this is a Capcom-based game as well. So it's pretty synonymous for like having really good music and like fluid controls. Yeah, we're not going to be playing through the bonus games at all. We're just going to toss the box upward. So now we're in the sewers here. And we got these... I don't know what kind of bats are those, but they look like dogs. Can't really tell you what those are.
Interesting. You made me lean into my screen. I'm like, wait, what is that?
Yeah, I don't even know what they are, but I think they're just regular bats that look like dogs. But yeah, we're just kind of traversing through here. They have boxes laying around. They can sometimes provide acorns to restore our health, or just to kind of throw them at enemies. Now we got this guy who thinks he's a bat, but he's clearly a cat. And he's just using his wings to kind of blow us away. But we're trying to grab these debris that he drops down. And you'll sometimes see me jumping because I'm trying to get the other block to fly a different direction. Oops, I did that wrong. Oop, that's okay.
You had them both fly off.
Yeah. This is all we gotta do here. I think I got 1 or 2 more hits remaining. There we go. That's it. Alright, so usually they would have like cutscenes in between each stage, or like a bonus game in between each stage. You have opportunities to get extra lives or get some more points. Lives are pretty scarce in this game, as well as continues. I think there's only 3 continues in this game, so we're gonna try to keep all of them as best as we can. We got these hedgehogs and these, I think, moths or butterflies that are just kind of roaming around here. We don't have to bother with them at all.
Did you say hedgehogs?
Yeah.
We don't like hedgehogs here. No, this is a no hedgehog zone.
At least not those kinds.
No, nobody look behind Sonic.
Alright, so I just decided to get an acorn there. Now we got this boss fight. He has just a magical ability of breathing fire with this alcoholic drink that he's holding. And it is moving vertically upward very slowly. So pretty much the best way to handle this boss is we try to grab the boxes as quick as we can. And if we're able to get the boxes shining like, pretty much to deal double damage, then it would be ideal to hit him that way, but we don't have much space to work with. And normally you could pause buffer as well, but a lot of times, like NES games in general, they love to eat inputs, so we're just gonna be throwing the boxes normally, and we got him as well, so that's good. Alright, another bonus game.
So how did this one come into your repertoire? So the other one, Animaniacs, was 12-hour challenge. How did Chippendale come into your speedrunning repertoire?
So the Best of NES, they usually hold these big 20 races where you play 20 NES games and they have different objectives for each game. And Chippendale 2 was one of them. This was back in, I want to say September 2020. And I played this game for the very first time. I never played it before then. And I actually had a lot of fun with it. So I was like, I ran Chippendale 1 for a short time as well. And I wanted to learn 2. So I was like, you know, let me pick this game up and see how this goes. And my PB is like a 22:57, I believe. Which is like 6 minutes lower than world record.
Dang.
But it was good for me.
Optimized down then.
Yeah. So here's a stage that's on brand with Dampe's Twilight Tour. This is our haunted house level. Oops, we got the bear ghost there. And also the boss fight for this level is very annoying as well. So it will be dropping a bunch of ball of yarn, but one of them will be like normal and the other one will just kind of fall off. So I just got to keep an eye on which one is like landing on the ground. So I love the soundtrack to this game, like, and as well as like the Disney Capcom games in general, like DuckTales and like the first Chip and Dale. Those are the only ones that I'm pretty familiar with. I don't remember playing any other like Disney style like games. So here's our boss here, this goofy looking ghost.
I think a lot of the early Disney licensed games really were able to translate the soundtrack pretty well of their original stuff, like the original Aladdin, Lion King. Even though some of those games are maybe not as good as the others,
Yeah,
they do have good soundtracks at the very least.
well, so far I got 2 bad patterns there. When we see this, okay, that's 3. Whenever we see this ghost throw these little lightning fireballs, it doesn't drop any ball of yarn at all, so we just gotta wait for it to drop it. This might be it. Drop it, please. Thank you. And just throw it right directly above. Come on, drop it again. There we go. Ah, then I died. Now we gotta start the boss over again. So that's probably like the one bad thing about dying in this game, like especially when you're in a boss fight. You have to redo the boss fight over again. Like it doesn't keep you in like in the current state. Just do that. Oh wow, it actually dropped the other one. That's very rare for it to do that. Drop it, drop it. Thank you. Ah,
Kind of reminds me of the Mario World Bowser fight a little bit.
Yeah. There's like the big Boo fight as well from Mario World.
Yeah. Luckily, picking up it doesn't get rid of the ground.
Yeah, thankfully.
That would be how to increase the difficulty on this game.
Oh, it's doing this thing again. Luckily, it doesn't go all the way to the left side, so I'm pretty much saved in that corner. There we go. You're moving a little fast there. I can either go slow or fast. Okay, it's going slow this time. Didn't quite drop the other one. Well, it did, but it fell off.
Also, the way he kind of drops those blocks reminds me of the eggs in the first boss of DKC.
Yep. Yeah, see, there's like a lot of different references. Come on, drop the ball. No, not that. Oh, and you can't jump while you're ducking. I was like trying to push the jump button. It's like, oh, he doesn't jump. Why is he not jumping? There we go, we got him.
Whoo! One heart left there.
Yeah, very close to that one. Oh, we got a 1-up. Nice. Alright, so now it's gonna go through this little cutscene here. So all the ghosts are disappearing, and now we got Fat Cat coming out. He's gonna be at its amusement park. But before we get to the amusement park, we gotta go through 3 different stages here. And there isn't really a set way to do this. We can just pretty much pick any stage we want. I think what I'm gonna start first is the future world. Oops, I want to fall off there. Oops, got a hammer. Well, I like to call him a hammer bro, but this isn't Mario.
Might as well be a hammer, bro. You know how many times when I'm playing a game and I like get frustrated with the main character, I start saying something along the lines of, "Dang it, Mario," or "Dang it, Link," and I'm like, "Oh wait, this is Kirby."
Yep, wrong character.
Doesn't help when most of your video gaming is a 1 or 2 series.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna head up here. Now we got the boss fight. Oh, this is probably the most annoying boss fight because of the sound effects behind it.
Mega Man boss.
Yeah, he's gonna drop this spike ball and get some debris here. And we gotta somehow aim this on the other side of that spike ball.
Debris seems to be a big problem in this world.
Yeah, and that hitbox is pretty deceiving too. Yeah, he's trying to move in different speeds as well. Yeah, see, if I try to throw it, the chain is gonna block it, so we have to be like right in between that.
Wow, this isn't just deceptively hard. This is just hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even throw it below either. Just throwing that. Oh, jeez.
Whoa! Holy smokes!
Trying to see where's a safe spot for this. I'm getting damaged too much. I think I'm down to 2 lives right now since I grabbed the 1-up from the bonus stage. Would be nice to do the pause buffering strat here, but we don't have much ground to work with, even though it looks like we do. But with this big ball and chain in the way, there isn't really a good way to get a good aim on it. Going this way. That didn't hit him. That's hitboxes can be deceiving sometimes. Just gotta get through this stage somehow. Oh, you got me.
Oh.
If I end up getting a game over here, it's gonna take me back to the beginning of the stage. I really gotta get him here. Come on, drop the ball. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Come on, dude. There we go. Okay, drop it again. There we go. Alright. Oh god. Okay, that was close.
Wow.
That was a little sketchy. That one he just kind of bulldozed right into me. Drop it. There we go. No. Ow.
What the heck, dude?
You can pretty much see, like, these bosses are so random. Like with Chippendale 1, there's actually a way to set the RNG, and it happens at the demo screen, of all things. So you let the demo play once, and once it plays, even for like a short second, or you can let the entire demo play out, it'll set the RNG in its place, and you can pretty much get the boss fights done really quickly. So we got through that boss finally.
Congratulations, that was
That was something. Alright, so now the next stage. We're gonna go to Clock Tower next. Not Clock Town.
Finally, more Castlevania. Which, by the way, I don't think we have a Castlevania game in this event, and we also don't have a Luigi's Mansion. How did we? I think we failed our Halloween event, like masterclass or whatever.
That's actually pretty shocking. Oh, whoops! I missed the platform. All right, so there's our game over. We're gonna see we have 2 credits here, or 3 credits. So we still have plenty of credits remaining. So in actuality, we have like what, 6 or 9 lives. We got plenty of lives left. Just gotta be careful here.
And not have to do that boss fight again.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Preferably.
I
think everybody in unison on our team was like, oh, somebody else is going to submit Luigi's Mansion. And so everybody thought that and nobody submitted Luigi's Mansion.
I actually don't even own Luigi's Mansion.
Have you ever played it?
I never played it either. I watched it played.
Ooh,
I actually watched,
it's a great game.
Ironically, I actually watched Chugga Conroy's LP of it. And that's how I like watched the entire game.
I do think you would enjoy that game.
It looks fun.
Fun one.
I would love to play it someday. Alright, so I got some little bit of platforming here. Now we're gonna face the boss, which is Ostrich on a bike? Or unicycle, yeah. Okay, this ostrich can go in any direction as well. But ultimately, we do want the... Oh, and it speeds up. I was actually not expecting that, but... Also, while the ostrich is moving, you can actually throw the gear at it, and using its iframes, you can just go right through without taking damage. Yeah, that's like the nice thing about this. There we go. So we can just kind of play this a little safer. There we go.
Seems like a much simpler boss.
Yeah. Especially like this late in the game. Speed up. There you go. There we go. Nice. Alright, now we gotta go into the Western world, which is our last area here.
Is there a theme park level after that?
Yes.
Okay.
It may look like a construction heavy theme park, but that's where Fat Cat's located. And now we gotta deal with minecarts.
Minecart mayhem.
And we just gotta let go of the lever when we're close to the giant boulder there.
That's a fun mechanic.
Okay. We gotta do this a few times here. There's also going to be a swinging ball and chain coming up. Yeah, you can actually avoid it sometimes. Oh, I didn't do a good job there.
You gotcha.
Yeah, I spoke too soon. There we go. Gonna let it go here. Speed up. Ah!
Dang.
Yeah, this level is not fun. Even though it's kind of like a semi-auto-scroller, since you're pretty much controlling the auto-scroller with the minecart here.
It's a manual scroller.
Oh my gosh. The knockback is really getting me here. Okay, we still got one more continue after this. It's not an easy game, but it is pretty fun though. Like, despite all the stuff that's been happening in this run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the boulder here. That one here.
It's always fun getting to discover brand new platformers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, there are so many bad platformers in the world.
Yeah.
Finding the good ones that everybody doesn't already like everybody knows Celeste. That's a great platform.
Oh yeah.
But how many lesser known platformers like Chip and Dale 2 are out there that just don't get talked about that much because they're either too old or too obscure?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Boulder there. Swinging ball and chain. Another boulder. Okay, we should be approaching the boss fight here. I'm gonna let that go. Got those weird looking bats again.
Dog bat.
Okay, now we got this cat here. It's gonna throw cards at us.
Why is there a magician in the Old West? Oh, I get it. You play cards, poker.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll jump when you don't want it to. You need the cards to land on the ground. Thank you. No, you're going this way again. Okay. Throw a card. Throw a card. That's probably like my biggest gripe about this game is just the boss fights in general. They tend to like stand around.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Like they just don't want to cooperate. But on the bright side, it is pretty nice to show this game off.
Absolutely. This is a fun watch.
Yep, and we'll see what other platformers I end up running next. You never know with me. Like, even though Sonic and Mario are pretty much like my niche games, like we did see Zelda 2 at a previous Zeldathon event, Daybreak.
Have you ever considered Sonic Mania?
I actually did run Sonic Mania before. So there could be a possible chance I may do that at a future event. And it is a pretty fun speedrun too. Although not as glitch heavy as the Genesis games that I play. This cat is just not being cooperative here.
I know,
Can you please throw your card? And it's kind of funny because
so
they're all like they're either 4 of spades or 4 of clubs.
Here we go.
Okay, there's one that dropped. There we go.
Alright, well done.
Alright. How are we doing on time, by the way?
Alright, you're fine. Hold on, let me define that better for you. We're supposed to end in like 7 minutes.
7 minutes? Okay. Yeah, you can cut me off anytime. We're in the final stage, but the boss fight can be pretty long too, so... Let's see if we can at least get to the boss fight.
If we get to the boss fight, we'll finish off the boss. I put my trust in the tech team that they're doing a great job. I'm saying that as if Melviker is not in the Discord room with us.
I'm here now. I was in the middle of doing a sound check, so it took me a minute to notice. Should I just transition to BRB and back and...
No, we're still going. We're still going.
Oh, this bird kind of... Yeah, there we go. So this is supposed to be the amusement park, but it's still under construction, so... And all of a sudden we have a rehash of a previous screen, like earlier in the game.
Nice,
Give us
nice
some
to get
cookies.
yeah, health refill.
Yeah. Okay, we got some laser shooting. Gonna let it go away and then we'll just move.
Hold on, we're getting a stream, 1 second.
Yep.
If you want to pause for just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, you're good now. You're good to go.
Good now?
Yeah.
Alright. Got one more continue left. This is a pretty brutal stage in general. Oops. Wait down here to let that mouse go above. We'll try to stay
So
on this.
we're approaching the final boss. We are in this final stage of this quote unquote amusement park.
Yeah. A very strange looking amusement park, but it's still under construction. Now they're dropping eggs. Alright, we got the next phase coming up here.
Chat's appreciating the music.
It does have really good music. There we go.
And remember, folks, if you'd like to show your appreciation for Sonic coming and doing these 2 runs, be sure to make a contribution like the one that's coming through right now. Don't get jump scared.
Hey, it's Marin's voice.
That was Pink Penguin saying, "Let's try to beat Banana Slamma. Smash it." Yes, we are. Our next milestone on screen right now is Banana Slamma, which was our kind of. We're calling it a side quest. Don't tell the branding police, but it was basically a side quest where we played Donkey Kong games. Here's our secret: the branding police actually want us to retcon it to be side quest.
Alright, now we probably have the most obnoxious final boss here. This is the Fat Cat Robot. It is probably the most slowest moving boss. And while it goes up in the air, it's gonna throw down this bomb. We're actually gonna keep it there. That'll deal damage to it. And it's gonna do like a series of different attacks as well. Okay, that bomb fell right underneath, so this will still hit him. There's 2 phases to this boss fight. The first phase is what we're seeing now. And then the second phase, it's gonna break apart a little bit due to being damaged a little bit more. One throw. There we go, got some damage on it. And of course, just like every other boss, whatever it decides to do is complete RNG. Let's grab this bomb. There we go, got some damage on it. We gotta watch out for these projectiles that it's throwing at us too. Where's that bomb drop? Right here. Okay, we got phase 1 done. Now we gotta do phase 2. I'm hoping the bomb will be right underneath, which it's not. That's fine. Oh, I threw it wrong. Ooh, that hand. That was close. Okay, that one's right underneath. That's good. I almost didn't jump in time for that hand. Oh gosh. I was not expecting that. Oh, sweet.
Man, you got lucky on these bomb drops at least.
Which is good. Alright, where's that hand going? Okay, it went up there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm like really focused on this fight right now. Oh, thank you. I hope this is the last hit. Not quite. Maybe we got one more.
I'm so scared of the hand.
This is actually scary. Ah, I didn't throw it right. Okay, please be underneath. Nope, not quite. I need to time this right. Oh, that wasn't the last hit. Oh, the hand's going. That didn't hit?
What?
I call shenanigans game.
I want our money back.
I got him.
There you go.
It's time.
Well done. Holy smokes, I was so scared. I'm like, no donations. Let's Sonic vote.
Oh my goodness. And that, my friends, is Chippendale 2 on the NES. We have beat the game. And we don't have to worry about the cutscene and all that. I just want to say thank you to the Zeldathon crew, and especially to MC for having me on board for the Dampe's Twilight Tour. And thank you to the chat for donating towards Gamers Outreach. Keep on donating for the next few segments that are coming up for the remainder of the marathon. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much.